I moved my company from Silicon Valley first to Bielsko-Biała and then to Katowice. This is my story. How did I choose Poland? Well, if you take a look at the map of lights, you'll see that the places with a lot of light have high populations and also high concentrations of technology. Problem is North America is too expensive, Western Europe the same, Japan also. China is too polluted, India is a really tough place. Africa, there's nothing there. I had so much fun in South America and Chile, but many of their technical conferences, they come to Europe. Really, Europe is the place to be. It has good personal privacy, it has increasing net neutrality, it has a reasonable democracy. The only thing is you want to be outside of the Eurozone. My father is Polish, I landed in Poland, boy was I lucky. Is Poland a great place for software? Absolutely. LiveChat is a Polish company. It's the software you use when you go to a web browser, and in the lower right-hand corner, there's it pops up and says, hello, hi, can I help you? And there's an operator you can text chat with. It's a Polish company. Most people don't know it. Witcher is a billion-dollar company in gaming industry. They're very proud to be Polish. Estimote produces beacons for cell phones, and Brainly is also a Polish company. Lots of great software. But it's not just big software companies. There's also the hottest software technologies are here in Poland. NVIDIA has an outsourcing company. NVIDIA does the hardware chips for deep learning. And they have an outsourcing company they use in Poland. There's a group that's doing medical imaging. There are several groups that are doing natural language processing. And of course, facial recognition is strong here too. So there's lots of great technology here. The question is, where in Poland should you live? This is the map that most people see. When I look at the Polish map, this is what I see. The conferences and meetups that I really want to go to are in Kraków. The second place has Warsaw, and the third is in Wrocław. Of course, the smartest developers I've known have been in Wrocław, second smartest in Kraków, third smartest in Warsaw. So which is the best city for me? Well, obviously Katowice. It's right in the middle of them. I go to meetups in all three places. I go and return to my girlfriend in the same day. Really love it. Less than an hour, just over an hour to Kraków, 2 hours to Warsaw or Wrocław. Gdańsk, I've only been there 3 times for conferences. It's, literally, it could just as well be in another country. Actually, here you have the map of overnight trains. I take the overnight train to Gdańsk. I also frequently go south to the Visegrad countries. Lovely overnight train connections in Katowice. The only problem is, when you look at the upper left, there's a train to Szczecin. I don't want to go to Szczecin. I want to go to Berlin. Mr. Mayor, would you please fix it and get us a train to Berlin? Thank you. I would have been there last night for a conference. Anyhow, so I bought an apartment here in Katowice. Here's right in the middle of town. Here's a view from my apartment out on the Spodek. 5 minutes to the bus stop, 10 minutes to the train station. Cost me just over €1,000 per square meter. That's 1/20th the price in San Francisco. Of course, in San Francisco, you get an empty house, and here it was fully furnished. Beautiful custom cabinetry cut to fit the spaces available. We had sheets, towels, turnkey, pots, pans, everything we need to move in. It was the most solid construction I've ever seen in my life. I think that this building, Super Jednostka, was built by the Communist Party to impress the workers. Only problem I had is that my girlfriend had to replace the pink curtains with something that looked better. And for fun, you need a community. So on Tuesdays, I join the French language meetup. On Wednesdays, I go to the polyglot meetup. And on Thursdays, I go to the Spanish language meetup. What do I do when I'm not having fun in Katowice? Well, pythonlinks.info is the world's largest Python directory. Most machine learning is now done in Python, so it's a hot property. And here I am pushing polandtrade.info. It's a directory of information about international trade with Poland. What problem does it solve? Well, it really has to do more with the export market. No one knows all the products and services which Poland produces, and they just don't have time to search for it all. And Poland produces an awful lot. Here's from the World Trade Atlas. Polish, $187 billion of exports every year, organized here by industrial sector and subsector. On the left-hand side, you can see it as a circular tree. On the right-hand side, you can see a small branch of it. There's just so much stuff that Poland produces, and that doesn't even list companies, and it doesn't list the products. So a better solution is needed. The solution is to organize the Polish economy as a tree. Librarians have been doing this for centuries. You may recall Yahoo directory. Basically, we create categories, and categories can have other categories, or they can have links. There are other content types that are possible. YouTube videos, branches of Python links go 10 levels deep. And for the technically inclined, it's really a graph. Here is a view on a particular page of that tree. Let's see where we are in the upper left. Poland trade directory by industry, Polish software industry, fintech, and here you have a table of fintech companies in Poland. On the left-hand side, you have the company name. Click over to their URL. It's a clickable link. On the right-hand side, you have what they do. Jobs are listed. You can click on the jobs. Green means that they're hiring. Products that they offer. You can link to reviews of the company, blogs, YouTube videos, all kinds of different links show up on these pages. Just wonderful information for people considering a Polish fintech company. But of course, there's the Silesia conference, so here's the page about Silesia. Then let's see where we are. Poland trade directory, Polish cities and regions, provinces, Silesia Katowice. And within that, we have government offices, entertainment, transportation, resources, and great for technology startups. All kinds of really useful information if you're thinking of moving to Katowice. We should be doing this also for Bielsko-Biała, Częstochowa, Gliwice, and the other major cities in Silesia. Who needs this? Well, it turns out there's a huge industry in Poland answering questions about Poland, both the Invest in Poland, Invest in Silesia, Invest in Katowice, and the other provinces, cities, but also for the export market, the Polska Trade Portal, the National Chamber of Commerce, and all the industry-specific Chamber of Commerce. So I actually visited one of these offices. They get a bunch of inquiries every day. Let's say somebody needs golden delicious apples from Poland. They do research. They access various paid databases. At the end of it, they get a list of suppliers. They send it off to the client, and they store it on their file system. And the next day, somebody else has the same inquiry, but in a different office, and they do all the same search. And it's a huge waste of redundant work. Much better if all of these people would optionally post the answers to these queries on a trade directory. Pretty soon you'd have the world's best trade directory of Polish products and services, and actually it would be the best trade directory of any country in the world. It would be a real feather in the cap for Poland. And of course, every organization wants to see a different branch of this tree. If you're investing in Poland, you want to see the whole tree. If you're investing in Silesia, you want to see a smaller branch. And if you want to just invest in Katowice, just the Katowice branch. The other part that's for companies who are investing in Poland. The other part is for exports. If you're the National Chamber of Commerce, you want the tree of all the exports, products, and services. If you're say the Mining Chamber of Commerce, then you want a smaller branch. It's all done in JavaScript and JSON, so I can put any branch of this tree on anybody's website. If you're interested, come talk to me after the meeting. Who are my competitors? Of course, the biggest competitor is the national government. They have 120 employees. In addition to that, they outsource their software development. ZEEF has spent $2.7 million. GLX spend several $1 million. Of course, all these use a relational database. They just have 2 or 3 levels deep hierarchy. One level gives you seven. For human factors, you only want to have 7 items per list. One level gives you 7 items. 2 levels gives you 49, 350. It's just not enough. I did PolandTrade.info single-handedly. Parts of Python links are 10 levels deep and growing. How did I do it by myself? MIT degree. I made some good decisions. Maybe I'm smarter. Who knows? I invite you to test drive it. Python servers, JavaScript clients, download the JSON data. People say it's very fast. Some people ask me if it's a native application. Scalable Nginx caching service, scalable Linode service. I invite you to follow PL Trade on Twitter and click on my website on contact if you have any questions. Thank you very much for your time.